Hi, Embracing Only podcast family. This is Archita. We are introducing impact moments, actionable insights that highlight the best and powerful learning moments and wisdom from our past episodes of incredible guests. In this highlight reel, you'll hear leadership lessons from a combat veteran, taking action to be anti-racist, mastering workplace negotiations, leveraging your uniqueness for success. We'll take a topic and break it down in a short, snappy episode. So click on the link in the show notes to continue listening to these impact moments with our amazing guests. As you're navigating a career within an organization, you hear time and time and again, you have to be your own advocate. Right?
Yes.
So how have you navigated through your time in the Coast Guard to your time within a corporate company, being your own advocate, and what would you recommend to our listeners as well as they navigate this for themselves?
Yeah, no one achieves success alone. I will say that. So when I advise people, especially underrepresented people, I think this is the trick. Like, this is the golden nugget for people. You cannot accomplish anything in your organization without three things. One, knowing what the heck it is you want. Most people do not check this very first, very simple box. You ask them, what do you want? And I hear a lot, oh, I want to help people. What the heck does that mean? I don't know what that means. Or some people will say, I just want to be a boss. And I'm like, okay, I wish you could see my face. Like, I make this face at them. I'm like, what does that mean exactly? If you don't know specifically what you're after, how on earth are you going to go about setting a strategy to obtain it? Okay, so that's first things first. Right. Examine your life, examine your finances, your personal life, your location needs, like all the things that you want, and figure out what it is that you want. Now, once you've figured out specifically how much money you want to make, where you want to live, how many hours you want to work, what flexibility you need, like specifically what you want, write that down, stare at it every day, make that your mission. That's what you want. Step 2, figure out who in your organization is going to be a decision maker to help you get what you want. Go make friends with them. Right? Yeah. Go make friends with those people, because the truth of it is most people want to help. I said most often than not, what I hear from people is, oh, I want to help. You're now providing someone who probably wants to help their fellow man help you by giving them direction, by saying, hey, like, I'm really interested in this career path. I would love to pick your brain. Get to know them. And maybe it's you take on an extra project so that you can work with this person, so they get to know who you are as an individual. Maybe it's like you volunteer for something so that you can have visibility to someone. So for this second bullet, I have a model that I tell people, and it's the VAN model. Once you figure out who you need to connect with, who are the decision makers to your next step, you take projects or tasks that do three things: give you visibility, give you accessibility to these stakeholders, or third, builds your network. So that's VAN, visibility, accessibility, network. If your task or project or special thing that you're signing up for does not give you one of those three things, then you need to wipe that off your plate and not do it. You have to be strategically taking on things, not just saying yes to everything, because then that spirals you into confusion again, and you're not focused on what you need to be focused on. And then the last thing I think is add value. Anything that you're taking on, add value. So if you're going to be in a meeting and you're going to sit there and be afraid to speak up and not contribute, like, you're not adding value, and that's not helping you reach your goals. So you have to figure out how to add value in every interaction that you have. And if you follow those three things, you'll get whatever you want. But first and foremost, you need to figure out what it is that you want.
Truer words have never been said, for sure. And that is the fundamental problem. People I mentor, times even when I'm working on my individual development plan, the more articulate and granular you can get, hey, if I got that, is that something I really want to do? Or am I just chasing that because it just makes sense. Or someone says that it makes sense, or you're filling your ego in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, it's so important.
Archita, you just hit on something that's such a hot button for me. So I would say early in my career, I did not do this well. This is a recent development that I've been able to, to like navigate well, because I wasn't defining what I wanted myself. Like I had to learn that. But secondly, I think especially women, especially high energy, high motivated women, we get into this rut where we're chasing things because somebody told us we couldn't do it. Not because we actually want it. Some joker said to you, oh, you can't do that, or women can't do that, or I don't think this would be a good fit for you. And we're like, oh, what did you say? Is that a challenge? Like, you think I can't do something? And you're doing this thing to prove someone wrong. And at the end of the day, you don't even want this thing. Like,
amen to that. And if it doesn't fall within that, why go do it just because?
You're hitting on all my hot buttons. Like, my work speaks for itself. No, it doesn't. Whoever taught us that stupid saying, I just want to go and find the root of that. But that couldn't be more trash. Like, that is, let me say that again. That thought is trash. Ball it up, put it in the trash. Your work does not speak for itself. You speak for your work. Right? And if you're not telling people, right now I'm reading Simon Sinek's Start With Why. It is a wonderful book. He also wrote another book called Leaders Eat Last. I recommend highly. I've read them both cover to cover probably 15 times. And every time I reread it, I get a new nugget. But people need to understand your why. Why do you do what you do? The how, so he has this model. It's like why, what, and then how. It's very simple, and it's like a cone. And the why is that inspirational leader, right? You think about companies like Apple. You understand what Apple is. Apple is a disruptor. They're for people that think differently. So you are Cheetah, your personal brand. Who are you? What's your why? Why do you do what you do? The what and how isn't as important as the why. And so many people, particularly women, have not discovered our why. Your why cannot be, oh, because somebody said I couldn't do it. What? And all these things that people said we couldn't do, God knows where we would end up. We would be all over the place, and you're expending all this energy, and yeah, you're doing a bunch of great stuff, but the irony in that is that no one sees you because no one knows what you're doing or why you're doing it. You're just out there thinking, oh, I'm proving people wrong, and at the end of the day, nobody even cares. No one cares, you know?
100%.